My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
We'd set out to do a how-to video about mid-depth nymphing on the inside seam to gullible post-spawn rainbows lined up feeding on emergers. We went with what unfolded, and this video naturally led us to a simple reminder. After having worked the water upstream, the prime water below you likely has been rested for quite some time and is worth a revisit every 15 minutes or so. I'm not going to worry about anything from the middle of the river across the river. That's completely off bounds. I'm not going to touch that at all. There's been a couple of fish rise, but sporadically. Amelia just caught a really nice cutthroat trout on a dry fly, pretty much where I'm standing, and also another one just downstream. So don't think that we just came in here and came guns blazing to fish this prime run. No, you fish your way up and you get to here. Now, there's nothing rising above us. There's nothing in terms of bugs, mayflies, stoneflies, any of that happening right now. So I've basically just said, okay, it's all a bunch of broken rock, and I'm just gonna fish kind of my side of center, and I've got 5 feet from my indicator right down to my bottom fly, and I've got one dropper fly here. It's about 2 inches off the main line. And I'm not gonna do anything fancy. I'm literally just gonna take the time and work up along the edge. I'm just gonna do a little backhand, pause, and place that. Real easy, real gentle. The longer you wait with a loaded rod, the easier it's gonna be. And I'm just gonna progressively work left to right, or I should say right to left, from shallow a little bit deeper. I like to keep my rod tip low as I can. Obviously, the other thing I could do is load, shoot, and place that big seam. Again, keeping that rod tip low and letting it drift through. Nothing has to be overly dramatic as you drift. And again, because I've been standing here a few minutes, you never know. Just feed line down below you again, and you might hook up.
And that's exactly what you did.
Just gonna let that guy go.
Yep, absolutely.
Look at, I was in position and I was working water in front of me. I came in here gently. I didn't race in. I came in and I said, let's just work the water. And I was starting to look ahead of me because we'd already fished this with the dry fly and you'd caught that nice fish. And after a few more drifts, I thought there's nothing up there. I'm just gonna let that drift below me. And by kind of doing some little mends out to the seam, the indicator, everything kept going below me. You know that's deep enough. Like I said while I was fighting that fish, you know, even if you barrel in here, if you're spending 10, 15, 20 minutes focused upstream, don't forget to allow your nymphs to float back downstream. Whatever I spooked from right below me is probably repositioned, maybe a little bit deeper. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Allowing your indicator and nymphs to drift below you is simple. It only requires subtle low rod mending flips that play off the surface tension of the water and don't impact the indicator's drift. We're just gonna cast that. We've got about 30 feet of fly line, and I'm just drifting. Now I'm stripping to match the current speed. And you go, well, geez, that's the end of the drift right there, right, Dave? Well, no, look at all this water below you. You've got all this extra line, all you have to do is flip. And you just have to use the water tension and just flip the tip of your rod and feed that right down the seam. And look at that. Now you've got an easy amount all the way downstream. That's 30 feet of fly line. Your rod tip is low, and you know, all you have to do is water load, flip, and you're back on the water.